Hi guys, hello. I'm back again. I felt like doing a little tarot card reading for us all, you know, just to sort of get a little bit of a feel for what's going on. Well, we already have a feel for what's going on, but sometimes I like to lay a spread just to see what it tells me in case, you know, there's anything I've missed. So, to that end, I did lay the cards, and the first card I picked up was the Devil. The Devil, now we all know what that stands for. That's the hell contagion, the mind virus, that which lives within our consciousness and is keeping us trapped. The sabotage, the constant negative thoughts that, you know, when you're not awake, it operates on the subconscious level, so you know it's constantly there, but you don't even realize that's just your normal. But in the awakening, you become increasingly aware of the hell contagion and what it is and how it works and what it does to you and how it affects every nuance and every facet of your life and everything, like water in a sponge. And we are in a kind of battle, aren't we? So this here is the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords, the swords are all about, well, so it is said, about the mind. And of course we're talking about the mind virus here. And the swords cut away, the swords pierce. It's interesting, in the Ace of Swords in this deck, the sword goes through a crown, through a corona. It pierces the bullshit. Now the king is a sign that we are actually getting somewhere. We have learned and earned our stripes. We know what we're dealing with. Our awakening has hit such a level now where we get it and we understand what we're doing. We've gained confidence in our ability to walk our path, you see. Hence a king, you know, you get a page, learning, beginning, you get the prince, getting a bit better at what you're doing, and then you get a king, and the king is you know, yeah, I'm getting there. I know what I'm doing. I have faith in myself. And the King of Swords sits on his throne. He looks quite severe because he knows what he's dealing with, you see. He knows it's not for the faint of heart. He's walked a long journey, just like the Queen of Swords. You know, the King and the Queen of Swords, they've often learned the hard way. It had to be this way. It was the only way. And it's through the trials and tribulations that they have gone through, that they have suffered, that they have learned everything that they have learned, just like us, soul travelers. If life had been easy and nice, we would not have been able to accomplish what we came here to accomplish. It would have been a complete and utter waste of time. Hence, everything that we have endured, all the suffering, all the torment, all the gaslighting nonsense, all the fucking bullshit they taught us in the mind-controlled factories, schools, bullshit, all of it. The abusive families that we were born into, you know, waking up, seeing all the insanity of this world. This is all very much the road that the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords have walked as well. It's very much the way it is. We've also learned that, far from it being true, you know, what the New Age movement would have you think, that, oh, the mind's bad, the mind is bad, it's bad. Lose your mind and come to your senses, you know. No, the mind is actually, well, the mind is consciousness, hello, our ability to reason, our ability to think, to employ the higher mind, the mind of the true self, which has always been there, which has always been that buffer, has always got us through. And it's there more now than ever before, showing us the way, the true mind, the true consciousness, the Holy Grail. That is the sword that pierces through all the lies, and that is what that card means, the King of Swords. You see, no more bullshit. It's about the eradication of the Wetiko, the mind virus, the hell contagion. And here we have, yes, the Seven of Swords, the Wands, Seven of Wands, Seven of Wands. So, but here's the thing, you see this guy, and he's obviously being attacked from all sides, sort of. But he's on top of a hill. He's elevated because his consciousness is elevated. First of all, he has consciousness. Because isn't it interesting? You do not see his attackers. You see the ones, but you don't see his attackers, do you? Interesting. And I thought about that. And I'm thinking, well, that's because they're not real. You don't see them because they're not really there. They're not real. They're OPs. They are the Hylics. You see, the hell contagion infested consciousness creates all these horrible circumstances. It creates these enemies. It creates the system. It creates all of that on the external plane. Yeah. And so we experience that. We trap ourselves in a nightmare, not knowingly or anything, but it happens that way. But then we go through, you know, we walk our path, we live our lives, and like I said yesterday, you know, sometimes it can be enjoyable, it can be good when you're not really awake, you know, hey, whatever. But now it is the end time. It's the end time. And so this is happening. You see, it's not nice anymore, it's not pleasant anymore, it's not good anymore. All those illusions went out the window a very long time ago. And now we're in acute agony, of course, because now we know what it is. See? There was a comment left by the Green Wizard underneath my last video. And I thought it was very good when he said all our coping mechanisms are now gone as well. And I thought, well, yeah, that's about right. We're not meant to live a life coping. Oh, well, this is just the way it is, so we just got to get on with it, and we'll just have to cope as best we can. You know, all this fucking gaslighting nonsense is fucking bullshit. We are phoenixes. We are magnificent, infinite beings. And so now is the end times. This is the great battle. It's the great battle. Wands are fire, phoenix fire. You know, and he stands on top of a hill, which is always a favourable position to be in. If the enemy is going to come for you and you are standing high up, it's always a good thing. So we are elevated because we have consciousness. He is attacked by energies rather than people. Organic portals do not have consciousness. They are forms of energy that are negatively charged, I would say. Now, this is a Ten of Wands. Obviously, we're all feeling like this is never going to end, and especially, you know, when you're really depressed, when shit's really going down, and the hell contagion is triggered, and it's all coming up, and you're purging, and you're purging, and you're purging, and you're purging, alchemizing, but you feel like shit because it's having you think that this is never going to end, you know. You're going to be here forever and ever, and you know, you're just going to have to grow old or get sick and die, because death is real and it's true and it's how it must be, and you know. But, and it sucks the life right out of you. You just feel like, I just can't take anymore, I'm just gonna give up now, yeah. But you see, the Ten of Wands tells us that we are nearly there, we're nearly there. Yes, you feel like you're hanging on by a shred. You're nearly done. You can't take much more. I feel that way. I know all of you feel that way. It's fair enough. It's the truth. It is what it is, guys. We've been through it. Fucking hell. Wow. But this is number 10. The end. You know? The end. However, What is of the utmost importance, yet again, is this one. The Fool. See, it's interesting. There's a Swedish television series that I really like. It's my favorite television series because it isn't laden. It's not loaded. It's clean. And it's called Angleby. Angel by, B-Y at the end. Angel by. And it's absolutely fantastic. And if any of you can ever get hold of it, then I strongly recommend that you do. You know, it's very meaningful. And in it, the woman, the protagonist, she's a soul traveller and she's on a mission. But she has to go through all these trials and tribulations and chaos and confusion, you know, all kinds of shit. It's absolutely insane to get to her true self. And there's this guy called Atlas, who's this mythical figure who's helping her. And just before she becomes completely self-actualized and finds out exactly who she is, why she's here, and to find out now I know exactly what I need to do and I have everything I need to do exactly what I need to do and what I want to do, and to have all my dreams come true. But just before that, he takes her, Atlas, her guide, whatever, he takes her all the way up to a mountain, to a ledge, you know, at the top of the mountain, like, you know, and then he pushes her off. It's like, you're right. And the next scene, you see her and she's all dressed in white, you know, which is a bit like Gandalf. If you remember in Lord of the Rings, Gandalf, the Grey, falls off the ledge, the mountain top, and he has to do battle with the Balrog, you know, that weird creature. It looks a bit like Boris, like sprouting fire, and it's all disgusting and horrible and evil and big fucking horns and whatnot, you know. And he you know, he says, no, you will not pass, poof, you know, and it all goes down and that's it. And he has to die. He has to fall into that dark, seemingly infinite chasm with that fucking Balrog and the fire and the flames, and he's doing battle as he falls. That's it. It's a bit like that, guys. I mean, I know this all looks real nice, yeah, he's there with his little dog and it looks like he hasn't got a fucking clue, and obviously that little drinky, you know, bit Vino Collapso, and he's about to fucking totter over the edge and, you know, he's about to go down the rabbit hole and no one can hear you scream and all that, you know. But we are not ignorant, us soul travellers. However, we are having to choose to go into the unknown. What is the unknown? Well, the unknown is to no longer believe what the hell contagion is telling you, that you're powerless and that things are not going to be all right, and the darkness that you know, and it squeezes your consciousness and it's like, oh, it's constantly sabotaging you, you know, always. It's always about sabotage and undermining and gaslighting and manipulation and twisting and subterfuge and, ooh, it's not going to be all right, and ooh, they're out to, ooh, and oh, it's never good, it's always negative, and it's always like that, you know? That is all we've known. That's all we've known, people. We've known, yeah, the awakening. We now know of the true self and the true consciousness as well. That is the unknown. We don't yet trust that to deliver. You see, we think, well, it sounds a bit mad, actually, you know, because evil always wins, let's face it, guys. Nothing really works out, so what am I going to trust? The true self to deliver, to what, things actually are going to be all right? No, I don't know. I think that's a bit of a gamble, actually. I think I'd rather just stay in the dark and believe the worst, and then I won't be disappointed. You see what I mean? There is this massive shift going on from that to the true self, which says, no, what if you are powerful and a magical being? What is it you really want? Yes, okay, you have trouble imagining anything other than this nightmare, and you still have some hell contagion in there, and it's manifesting, of course, because your body is ailing, your teeth, your eyesight, your hair, I don't know, your life is falling apart, the world's completely insane. So yeah, the hell contagion is still active in your consciousness because you're still creating hell. So, but you see, the leap of